Hello, my friends. How are you today? I hope that you are doing well and that you are getting ready for the holidays. Thank you so much for coming to visit me here at Abuelita's Cocina on the YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be making some natillas. Natillas is like a Spanish type of dessert. It tastes and looks kind of very similar to a vanilla pudding. The only thing is that it is made from scratch and it is fairly easy to make. And I know that you're going to enjoy making it and also sharing it with your friends or preparing it for one of your meals as a dessert. And I know it's going to be a big hit. What I have here is I have already prepared all the things so that I don't have to place you on hold so many times. I just have this blue pot that my sister and my brother-in-law gave me, and I just love it. I'm afraid to even use it. I don't want anything to happen to it, but I think that this is a very special occasion, and so I decided that yes, I am going to use it. After this, I have separated 5 eggs. I have the egg yolks here and the egg whites. I placed them in a bowl to the other side because we're not going to use them right now, but we will use them later on, okay? Also, I have half a cup, and usually in the olden days, they used to use flour, and that was to help thicken the milk and just to turn it into a pudding type texture, okay? But then later on, they started using cornstarch, and I like it so much better. I really do. It's so smooth, and it doesn't get lumpy on you. And I believe that it holds the consistency a lot better, and you don't see your natillas weeping at all, okay? And then after that, we have one and a half. No, I think I have 1 1/3 cup of regular sugar over here. I have my vanilla, and that is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. But you can use brandy, you can use Kahlua, you can use anything that you want to. It does not have to be vanilla, but the traditional recipe always calls for vanilla. But if you don't have it, you can substitute with something else. And over here we have a half a teaspoon of salt, and then we have our cream of tartar that we're just going to use it very, very sparingly. And we have 4 cups. We have 4 cups of milk, and on one of them, I have to save 1 cup of milk, and the rest we're going to use it later. But with this milk, what I'm going to do is I am just going to add it to my mixing bowl. From there, I am going to be taking my egg yolks. In they go. After that, comes my sugar. There goes the sugar. And there goes my salt. Here goes my vanilla. And here goes my cornstarch. Okay, instead of the flour, I'm going to use that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to mix everything together. Okay? I'm going to be using this beautiful bowl or pot that my sister and brother-in-law bought for me. I'm going to just come and I'm going to place it on top of the stove. I'm going to get the rest of the milk, and I'm just going to add I'm just going to add it into the large pot. You know, in the olden days, now that I was mixing all the ingredients over here on this one, boy, this is really nice. In the olden days, the poor ladies, they would have to do it just with a fork, back and forth. And then a lot of them were really lucky, and they had this little machine, and this is how they would mix like their egg whites to get them fluffy. Anything that they needed to make a cake, anything. This was like a beater. And I looked for one, and I found one. I found this at an antique store. The only thing is that it doesn't work. But one of these days I'll fix it. But I just wanted to show it to you. What I'm going to do now is we're going to start to simmer up the milk. And don't let it boil, because then it'll just mess up everything. And another thing, stay close to the milk, because yeah, I mean, it'll just grow and grow. You'll have milk all over the place, and you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So just keep an eye on it. You do not want it to boil at all. What you're going to do is we're just going to let it simmer, and it's going to have little bubbles all around it. And once that it's going to start to boil, that's when you know that it is time to add all these other ingredients. That's when you're going to add all this into the milk, okay? And we're going to watch it again very slowly, and we're going to mix it. And then with time, it's going to start to thicken. And then after that, we are going to wait, and we'll do the third step. And this recipe, it's going to go fairly fast, okay? It's very easy to make. And while that is starting to simmer to the point that we want it, I'm just going to add this mixture into another bowl, only for the reason that I'm going to be needing the bowl so that I can whip up the egg whites, okay? That's the only reason that I'm doing it. Hi, my friends, I'm back. And the milk is at the temperature that it's supposed to be. And we are going to add this mixture, but very, very slowly, okay? You just add a little bit at a time. Make sure that it doesn't scorch on the bottom of the pan or the pot. That's why you have to be mixing and mixing. And by this time, your burner is off. There's no more heat. There goes the last of it, okay? All the mixture. It's all in there. What we're going to do now is I'm going to turn the heat back up, but not high. We're going to place the setting on low. We just want to give it a little bit of help so that it can start to thicken. And while that process is being completed, I am going to take my egg whites and I'm going to add them to my mixer. In they go. And I'm going to add just a little bit of flour. Here we go. I'm going to start to whip the egg whites. And while that is taking place, we're going to keep an eye on our natillas. And you're going to see that it starts to get like foamy, and you're going to see a lot of bubbles. It's going to have a pretty color, like a yellow color. Smells delicious. For sure, you're going to like it. I'm going to raise it just a little bit more. Let's go and let's check on our egg. we're just gonna let it beat. Sometimes it takes maybe 10, 12 minutes. It depends. The next video that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna teach you how to make a really traditional dessert. And it's like it's a turnover. And you can make it with apple, with cherry, with jam. You can make it with minced meat, you can, whatever. The only thing is that they are really, really miniature. They are so tiny, almost the size of a ravioli almost. And anyway, because of the way they are made, they are called borrachitas, like the little drunkards. The dough and the filling has some alcohol, whatever you want, a little bit of wine, a little bit of brandy, anything. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. But they are delicious, and I'm gonna teach you how to make them, okay? Welcome back. Well, I think that the natillas are, for the most part, already completed. I have turned off the stove, and I'm going to bring my pot with the natillas over here. What I have done is I have taken out the natillas, I have turned off the burner, and I have brought them over here. And while that is happening, I am going to place them in my glass bowl so you can see. We're just going to get as much as we possibly can. We have our natillas over here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to fold the egg whites into the natillas. You're not going to mix it because you'll get rid of all the air bubbles that are in your egg whites. So it's just a folding process, and because the natillas are so hot, the egg whites are going to cook in there. So the egg whites are going to be cooked when you eat them. So don't be scared that you're going to be eating raw white eggs. So this is already done, my friends. Okay? And you can see. That tells you that your egg whites are already done. And you might think that it takes a long time, but it really doesn't. Especially sometimes when you have friends. Like when you're here with me, everything just goes by so fast. In fact, I take longer on the videos than what I'm supposed to, because I feel like if you are here with me. See, we're just gonna fold. We're gonna fold, and we're gonna fold, and we're gonna fold. The natillas they're really hot. And I think, to tell you the truth, I think that they're all finished. Okay? See how beautiful they look. Wow. Very beautiful. Let me just get a paper towel. Let me clean my bowl. And then we'll do the last part of it. And this is going to be with nutmeg. There's so many spices. Okay, there we are, my friends. Let me the bowl is really hot, but that is good. As the last thing, to complete our natillas, is going to be the nutmeg, okay? And you can use as much or as little as you like, but we're just going to sprinkle and sprinkle. Look how beautiful it looks. Oh, here you are, my friends. I want to show you. Get a good shot, a good picture of it, so that you will be able to see it. Mmm. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? I don't know how to tell you, but they are really, really good. I know that I always tell you that, and I'm not bragging, okay? I'm just following recipes or recipes that are in my head. But if they weren't good, I would tell you. And if I don't like it, you don't know how many times I have made recipes here at the house and I test them. I don't like them. A lot of them don't even make it. They don't even pass the test. And if I don't like it, I feel that nobody else is going to. And I'm not going to tell you that something is good if it's not. But these ones are really, really good. And may you have a very, very blessed Christmas and a happy New Year, my friends. Good night from Abuelita's Cocina. Paulette Atencio. Bye.